Hey everyone, welcome back to the Smart Project Podcast, a podcast from School of Dentistry, IMU. Thank you for joining us today. This podcast is all about holistic dental education on the go. This would enhance your knowledge and attitude not only towards dentistry, but life as a whole. Tune in to hear and learn from specialists from various fields of dentistry, sharing their experience and discussing topics in the realm of dentistry. Also, we have installed a small dose of Inspire and Influence, a section for good quotes and productivity tips. So let's begin. I'm Rika, and your host for today. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Smart Project Podcast. Today we have a very interesting person with us on the podcast. She actually won the Book Prize Award for the Distinguished Performance in Dental Research, and she also had won Best Oral Presentation for an International Dental Student Conference 2022. Alright, so I'll let her introduce herself to you guys, yeah?
Hi guys, so I'm Genevieve Gong. I'm a dental graduate from DT 118 and I'm currently a graduate awaiting posting right now.
Okay, Jen, so let's talk about your awards that you've gotten. You actually got the Distinguished Performance in Dental Research Award. So give us an overview of what your research was about.
Okay, so I actually had the opportunity to do 3 different types of research when I was in IMU. So the first one I did was back in 2020. It's a systematic review regarding the association of microbiome with oral squamous cell carcinoma. Yeah, basically we are just looking at what's the association between oral microorganisms with the oral squamous cell carcinoma, which isn't exactly a new topic because several cancers have been linked to bacterial infections like the H. pylori with gastric carcinoma. Yeah. So we were using something called bioinformatics to explore this relation by using the metagenomics data acquired from past studies. Yeah, so there's some new vocab here maybe for the layperson. So maybe what this means is that previously there were several studies which have collected samples from oral cancer sites and they profiled them using some advanced sequencing technique which basically identifies what bacteria community is present within the oral cancer. So the idea was that we wanted to see whether there was a change in the oral commensal communities, which may be a causative factor or maybe a sequelae to oral cancer. So this could be a new method to identify oral cancer at the earliest possible stage. That's basically what our research was about.
Oh, okay.
So the second research I did was on maxillofacial prosthesis. So we were looking at whether the peel bond strength of maxillofacial prosthetics silicone adhesives were being affected by tropical outdoor weather. Yeah, so basically what we were seeing is whether the weather in Malaysia causes the adhesives used for extraoral prosthesis to lose its stickiness faster. Yeah. Okay. And the third research we did was actually clinical audit, looking at the quality of record keeping and the technical quality of root canal fillings performed by dental undergraduates of different cohorts.
Yeah, okay. So regarding the first research you did, you actually published it somewhere, right? So can you tell us more about how you published? Where did you publish?
Okay. So we had it published in a journal called the International Journal of Dental Research and Public Health. So of course we got this published through IMU with the funds that we procured and also with the help of our mentor Dr. Divya who really gave us a lot of help for this research in particular, because at that time I think we were in our 3rd year and we were very new to research. We had never done any dental research before. Yeah.
Congratulations in your publication. And for the second research, you actually won Best Oral Presentation. So how did you manage to get that award? Can you tell us more?
I think that because it was also my first time presenting my research in the dental conference, in my opinion, I think that when you're presenting, it's very important to break down your topic in such a way that the panel, who may not be specialists in the field of your research, can understand. Because, dental topics are very vast. Even if they are specialists, they are prosthodontists, it doesn't mean that they might have prior exposure to maybe slow-facial prosthetics. So it is very important to break down your topic for your audience, that you know your research topic inside and out, the methodology, the rationale behind your methods and your testing, and also the significance of your study. What do you think it can do for outside of the research itself? What implications can it bring to the real world? What are the limitations posed by your study, and how you could overcome that? Yes.
That's a very helpful insight, especially to those who are actually doing research in their undergraduate years. I'm sure this was a very interesting experience for you, because we are not trained in research very well, as compared to like our clinical skills and our theory. And maybe you can give us a piece of advice to probably people who actually want to venture into research. Is there anything that you can tell them?
I think that it is very important to just start, even though it is very intimidating when you're going into a field. And I also didn't imagine that choosing bioinformatics in my dental electives will lead to all this. And I think that IMU does give us the opportunity to engage in research. And if you have an interest in the field, I'm sure that the doctors in our university who are great researchers themselves, they could help venture further into this research field.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much for talking to us about your experience in dental research, and we are so happy that you have been awarded these awards, and you've actually got to publish your research, because research is nothing. It's not easy, right? It is something that you have to consistently put effort into, and thank you so much for talking to us today. And for those who are tuning in, thank you so much for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for having me.